Alright guys, so we are back with another review of Thousand Year Blood War Core 2. This one is about the Kenpachi vs. Grimmy fight. Inside of this episode, we had our meteor scene with Kenpachi that we've been waiting for the longest of time. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's talk about it. So, in the beginning, we have Yachiru versus the Stern Ritter V. I forget his name, but this guy right here, I'll put him on screen. He has a very wild ability. Now, Grimmy actually created him because Grimmy is a true Stern Ritter V, the visionary, and his is the vanishing point. We had Yachiru then bring out her Zanpakuto, or call out the name of her Zanpakuto. It's very confusing because we don't know whether this is her Shikai, whether this is the manifestation of something, or if this is just something she created. You know, like, it's very interesting because later on we find out that Yachiru is actually Kenpachi's Zanpakuto. So it's very confusing, and I wonder if Kubo is going to answer that pretty soon. But if we don't, we'll see it eventually because Kenpachi has another fight inside of the Thousand Year Blood War. We have Isane, and when Kenpachi showed up, she asked him, "Where's Unohana?" And he tells her he killed her. She understood what that meant. That means that he took on the title of Kenpachi. He took her title, and he now holds that as the true Kenpachi. Isane actually knew the real identity of Unohana Retsu, and she never really questioned anything that she did. But it would make sense that she didn't question her because she understood her true nature and how she is. We had that one chapter where her and Unohana were sitting by themselves, but Unohana's hair is tied back. It's not tied at the front. We all know that Unohana has a scar on her chest. When Kenpachi was a kid, they fought. And I love it so much because it's the little subtleties that you don't know about. If you study and you just go through the series, you understand things more and more through interviews and such like that. So Kenpachi begins to fight against Grimmy. We had a pretty cool callback to when Kenpachi fought against Noritora. Kenpachi was walking up to Noritora. I've always knew he was huge, but I didn't know that he towers over his opponents. Like, it's a constant theme that Kubo does, and I think it's really cool visually. It just gets the point across that, wow, this is someone you don't mess with. So then we finally get our special meteor scene. Kenpachi, he's like, "I've never cut one of these, but isn't that exciting, Nozarashi?" But then it goes over to Yachiru. It goes back to that scene that we had in the original version of Bleach where they were by themselves, right? And Kenpachi, he says to her, "Kid, where did you come from?" And the first thing that she does, she crawls over to him and touches the blade, telling us that she came from your Zanpakuto. This is one of the biggest things that Kubo put in there that a lot of people just didn't understand, and it flew over their heads. I've seen it a few times with people, how they don't really understand what that scene means, but I guess they will eventually, right? As much as I love giving praise to the series, I have to bring up this issue that a lot of people are having, and it is the meteor scene, believe it or not. Inside of the manga, when the meteor was coming down, we actually had the reactions of not just Squad 11, but from the Stern Ritters, from Basby, from Jugram, from Askin, you know, to everyone. Jugram, he's like, "Protect your majesty." Basby, he's like, "What the hell? What is he doing right now?" And Askin is like, "I told you guys, you shouldn't have let him out. You should have kept him locked up." Now, I've seen some people complain about that, about their reactions not being inside of the episode. I don't really think it matters that much because we've been getting original anime content, and I'd rather get original content rather than people just freaking out over a meteor. Personally, that's just me, and I know that it's different for everyone, and that's totally fine, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video, this short little review. This episode was, for me personally, a 10 out of 10. Prior to that, we had Rukia, then we had Renji. Like, people weren't ready for Core 2 when they said, "Oh, I can't wait for Bleach to come back." Core 1 was already wild, and Kubo packed up so many characters. Core 2 is just adding on to that and packing up characters left and right. We have characters that are in between death and life, but you don't really know that unless if you see Kubo's Twitter, which he uploads his pictures, the art, of the characters that are packed up from the episode. The ones that die, they just, have themselves, but the ones that are in between life and death, they have themselves, but also a reflection of themselves. So it's very interesting. It's the little things that Kubo does that people won't pick up on unless if you're a huge fan of the series. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about the episode, and I will see you guys in my next one.